Good afternoon, my dear students. Myself Suchismita Panigrahi from Government High School Tikilibada, which comes under Bodgam block. Today I am here with a beautiful poem. Before going to start the poem, I want to discuss something with you, and I want to share something with you. My dear student, in your day-to-day life, you must have experienced so many things in your life. Yesterday, I am sharing with my some experiences. Yesterday, I heard a beautiful Telugu song on TV, and that song, I liked that song very much. And though I did not understand the language and the words of the song, but I liked that song very much. And throughout, I started singing that song again and again. My dear student, you must have experienced such thing in your life, in your day-to-day life, and you must have some voices. You must have find some beautiful voices in your day-to-day life, and you may find that the voices and attract us. Yet I am impressed by the song. Yesterday I heard that song. I was very much impressed by that song. Though I did not understand the meaning and the language, but the song have a very beautiful effect on my mind and my heart. And in our daily life, we may have experienced so many things, so beautiful voices, and the voices of the cuckoo bird. As example, you get that the voices of cuckoo bird, and many things in our life, many beautiful sights, and the sights praises our mind. And my dear students, after parting from this voice, after parting from these beautiful sights, can you forget the voice? Can you forget the song? No, you can never forget the song. Some beautiful places, some beautiful sights, some beautiful experiences that affect us and that create a memories in our mind, and that affects our heart and our mind. You might have heard some beautiful song in your life, and you like that song very much. That song may be in your mother tongue, or Hindi or English, and you like that song very much, though you did not understand the song, but the song may affect in your heart and your mind. So my dear students, today I am here with a beautiful topic, and I am started sharing the topic, but I am here with the topic and here with a beautiful poet. And the poet, we found the poet is from England, and I started the topic. The topic name is the Solitary Reaper. So let's start the topic. So here we consider first the topic first, the Solitary Reaper. Solitary, first we understand the word solitary. What do you mean by solitary? Solitary means single, alone. Jahaku kahandi Odia re ekaki. And then we find the word reaper. The topic name is the Solitary Reaper, and solitary means single or alone, and reaper means who cuts and binds the grain. So here we find a girl who is single here, in the field, and who is doing something here, and the girl is something who is cutting and reaping something in her right hand with the help of a sickle. Sickle, what is sickle? Sickle means with the help of a sickle. ଯାହାକୁ ଆମେ କହୁ କି ଦା, ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ ଆମେ ଜାଣିଛୁ ତାକୁ ଆମେ କହୁଛୁ ଦା, ଯୋଉଠିକି ଆମେ କାଟିବା, sickle. So the Solitary Reaper, the topic means a single girl who is cutting and reaping and binding something. We find here is the grain, and she binding something, and she is single and she is alone here. So let's start the topic, start the poem. But before going to start the poem, we want to share something about the poet. The poet is William Wordsworth, who was born on 7th April 1770 in Cockermouth in the Lake District, England. He is regarded as the worshipper of nature. Love of nature is the major theme of his poetry. He wrote about ordinary men and women in the language of ordinary people. For him, poetry is the spontaneous overflow of the powerful feelings arising from emotions recollected in tranquility. He died at Riddle Mount and Gardens, United Kingdom on April 23, 1850. So we found here that William Wordsworth is from England, and he is regarded as the worshipper of nature. He is the lover of nature. So my dear student, let's understand next about the background of the poem. In the poem, The Solitary Reaper, the poet William Wordsworth depicts a lovely Highland girl. Highland means the highland area, and who is working in a field and singing a song. He is deeply impressed by the solitary girl. He is impressed by the melody of the song even after he has left the place. He cannot understand the language of the song, but the sad beauty of her voice goes straight to his heart. The atmosphere of the poem and the song of the girl, as a part of the beauty of nature, leave a lasting impression on the mind of the poet. Here is the background of the poem. So here we find the in the Solitary Reaper poem, the poet William Wordsworth, who had been to the Highland of Scotland, and where he came across a girl song, a village girl song, and when he saw the song of the girl, and the poet impressed by the girl song, and after coming home, the poet found that the girl's voice, the voice of the beautiful voice of the girl song, and it occurs the poet's mind with a flashback. So let's see the board here. Here is the Scotland, here is our globe, and here is the Scotland when the poet found the girl. So students, let's start our first stanza of the poem, The Solitary Reaper. Behold her single in the field, yon solitary highland lass, reaping and singing by herself. Stop here or gently pass. Behold her. So let's understand first the difficult words here. Behold, to look at something or somebody, and then yon, over there. Then solitary means single or alone, ekakini. Highland lass, a girl who lives in the highlands, mountain regions. Pahadi jio, pahada anchola. Let's, here we find that the highland here, and here is the highland. पहाड़ अंचल जो कहती पहाड़ी झील जी पहाड़ अंचल बास करती कहती पहाड़ी झील. सो देन रिपिंग मीन्स कटिंग एंड कलेक्टिंग. रिपिंग रो ओडिया है अमल करबा. देन जेंटली मीन्स स्लोली, धीरे धीरे, स्लोली. देन पास, अतिक्रम करबा, क्रॉस करबा. सो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड फर्स्ट द फर्स्ट स्टैंजा ऑफ द पोएम. Behold her single in the field, yon solitary highland lass. Behold her, behold means dekhiba, to look something and somebody. So according to the poet here say to the behold her means to look at the girl who is single in the field. The girl is single in the field. The highland lass is single in the field. So where is the girl we found here? The girl we found in the highland area. And she is single in the field. It means no one with us. The girl is purely single, totally. She is single here, and she is doing something here. Yon solitary highland lass, the highland girl is single here in the field, and what is she doing here? Reaping and singing by herself. The solitary girl, the highland lass, is single in the field, and she is doing something. So what is she doing? She is reaping and singing. Reaping means cutting and collecting some. So here we find that the girl, here is the solitary, here is the single girl, and she is reaping. As reaping means she is cutting and collecting some grains with the help of a sickle. So the girl is doing something, reaping and singing. Singing means simultaneously the girl is singing a beautiful song with her work, reaping and cutting. Simultaneously the girl is singing, and her voice is so beautiful. Stop here or gently pass. So एटी किए कहा को कहिचंदी, who address to whom? Stop here or gently pass. Stop here. According to the poet said to the passerby और जो माने अतिक्रम करिक से झीटी को जाउचंदी. So the poet said to the passerby that you stop here, you must stop here or gently pass. धीरे धीरे अतिक्रम करंतु. Because the solitary girl's voice is so sweet, and she is singing a very sweet and beautiful song, and the poet said to the passerby that stop here or gently pass, because the poet does not want to disturb the girl. The girl's voice is so sweet, that's why the poet does not want to disturb the girl. Poet चाहूले जे तांकर झीर गीतटी कंटिन्यूअसली फ्लो करू, ताकू केही अटकांतु नाही बा ताकू केही डिस्टर्ब करंतु नाही. सेति पई पोएट पासरबाई मानकू एड्रेस करूचंदी. कहउचंती जे stop here or gently pass. Yeah, either you stop here and listen the girl song or you gently pass. धीरे धीरे अतिक्रम करंतु, धीरे धीरे क्रॉस करंतु. Then let's see the second stanza here. Alone she cuts and binds the grain and sings a melancholy strain. Oh, listen, for the well profound is overflowing with the sound. So here we first discuss the difficult word here, melancholy strain. What do you mean by melancholy? Sad song, दुख गीत, दुख टाइम रे आमे जेमती गीत गाई थाउ तो सेटा कोनी सैड सॉन्ग, मेलानकोली सॉन्ग. भेल मींस वैली, उपत्यका. प्रोफाउंड डीप, गभीर. ओवरफ्लो टू बी सो फुल दैट द कंटेंट्स गो. इट मींस एज एग्जांपल आमे नहीं परिबा, आमे जदी ग्लास ऑफ वाटर नोचे आ सेथिरे जदी पानीटा ओवरफ्लो, पानीटा को उछुली जिबा, पानी ओवरफ्लो करिबा, सेटा कोनी ओवरफ्लो. ओवर द साइड माने जोटा की पानीटा जेमती ओवरफ्लो होउची हियर, एठारे भी सेमती से वॉइस रो माने से जियर सुंदर गीत, सुंदर वॉइस सबडे ओवरफ्लो होउची. So let's understand the stanza 2 here. Alone she cuts and binds the grain and sings a melancholy strain. Alone, who is alone here in the second stanza? According to the poet William Wordsworth, the girl is alone here. The solitary girl, the Highland lass is alone here. She is alone means nobody is with her. No one is here with the girl in the field. She is alone and she cuts and binds the grain. What is this she is doing here? She is cutting and binding. The same thing in the first stanza. She is cutting and binding the grain. एठी देखिबा हमें पिक्चर टा. Here we find a picture. A girl is single in the field and she is again in the first stanza we discuss about her, and she is ripping and binding, cutting and binding some grains with the help of a sickle, and sings a melancholy strain. Melancholy means dukha gita. So the poet thought that we know that the poet is from England and the girl is from Scotland. The poet did not understand the Scottish language, but the girl's voice is so sweet and the girl's voice is so soothing, so that the poet thought that it may be a melancholy song, and the poet understand the lyrics of the girl's song, understand the voices of the girl's song, and he thought that it may be a sad song or it may be a melancholy song. So the poet thought that it may be a sad song. So the poet want to say that the girl is cutting and binding the grain and sings a melancholy strain. At the same time, she sings a melancholy strain and she sings a sad song and she cuts and binds the grain. Oh, listen, for the vale profound is overflowing with the sound. Oh, listen. So here the poet addressed to whom? Here, oh, listen. Again the poet addressed to the passerby. The poet asks the passerby. The poet requests the passerby. Oh, listen, for the vale profound is overflowing with the sound. It means the total valley, the total area, the total deep valley where the girl is cutting and binds the grain. The total valley is vibrating with the sound of the girl's song. The total valley is echoing with the sound of the girl's song. Total valley से झीर सुंदर गीतर वॉइस रे वाइब्रेशन हो जाउची. टोटल वैली रे से झीर एते सुंदर गीत सेटा टोटल वैली रे स्प्रेड हो जाउची. तो पोएट एठी एड्रेस करूचंती काहाकू? द पासर बाय, जो माने अतिक्रम करके जाउचंती से झील को, पथिक माननकू. ओ लिसन, फॉर द भेल प्रोफाउंड इज ओवरफ्लोइंग विथ द साउंड. ओ लिसन, टिके सुनी जाओ. झीर वॉइस टोटल वैली रे स्प्रेड करी जाउची, इकोइंग हो जाउची. So the poet addressed to the passerby that, oh listen, stop here, listen the beautiful girl's song, listen the girl's song that overflowing with the total valley, that echoing with the total valley, and the girl's beautiful song is spread all over the valley. Then let's see the third stanza here. No nightingale did ever chant more welcome note to weary bands of travelers in some shady haunt among Arabian sands. So let's first understand the difficult word. Nightingale. Nightingale माने गीत गाउथुबा पक्षी, जो bird जे कि गीत गाए. So here in the board we find the nightingale bird. Here is the nightingale bird here, and the nightingale bird who sings very beautiful song. The nightingale bird sing very beautifully. Then chant, chant means chant, singing, gita gaiba. Then very tired after working hard for a long time. Very means clanto he jiba, tired he jiba, and then band, a group of people. Pathiko mane, traveler mane jauchanti, a group of people. So very bands means a tired group of people. Clanto pathiko dala, a tired group of people. Then saddy haunt means oasis, a place with water and tree in a desert for a rest. Marudyana, saddy haunt, marubhumi re ame marudyana dekhibaku pau. So what is the connection between the very bands and the saddy hunt? So here we discuss that the connection between the very band. Very band here is we found that in the screen. Here is the very band. They are the travelers in the desert area. So what is the connection between the very band and the saddy hunt? Saddy hunt means oasis. Oasis means what? When we found oasis, we found oasis in the desert area. We find in the desert area, in the desert area, all over we find everywhere sands in the desert area. But some places we find water. Here is the oasis. Some places we find water in desert area. Some places we find water in desert area. Everywhere we find sands in desert area. But some places we find water and some trees that are growing by the water in the desert area, and this is called the oasis. And when the travelers have to walk a long distance, and after hundreds kilometers of walking, when they get tired and if they want to take rest, they reaches the place which is called the saddy haunt and the oasis. Haunt means what? Haunt means a place which is frequently visited. जोटा को हमें frequently visit करूथुबा, that is called the haunt. And saddy haunt is related to oasis, and saddy haunt means oasis. And the travelers, when they get tired, if they want to take rest, they reaches the saddy haunt, the oasis, and they take rest here. And Arabian sands, the desert of Arabia, where everywhere we found the desert, and the desert of Arabia is called Arabian sand. So let's understand the stanza. No nightingale did ever chant more welcome notes to weary bands. No nightingale. Here the poet compared the nightingale bird song with the solitary girl song, the highland lass song. The highland lass song is so beautiful, and his voice is so beautiful like the nightingale bird. The nightingale bird sings very beautifully, and the girl song is so beautiful. So the poet compared the nightingale bird with the solitary girl, with the highland lass. Did ever chant more welcome notes to weary band. Weary band. जेतेबेले पथिक माने क्लांत है कि थकी जाती. If they want to take some rest, if the travelers get tired and they want to take some rest, they reaches the saddy haunt, the places. ସେମାନେ आसी कोठी रेस्ट नियंती पथिक माने एडी ए saddy haunt oasis रे रेस्ट नियंती. तो एटा हमें डेजर्ट एरिया मरुभूमि रे किछि किछि जागा रे हमें एटा पाई थाउ जोठी की पानी किछि थिबो, तो सेठी रेस्ट नवा पई गछ भी थिबो, and सेठी traveler माने आसी रेस्ट नियंती. And where we found the nightingale bird, we found the nightingale bird. Here the oasis, the saddy haunt. सेठी nightingale bird भी थाए, and the connection between the weary bands and the oasis, that means the nightingale bird sweet song, the nightingale bird then welcome the weary bands. ଯେତେବେଳେ ପଥିକ ମାନେ travel କରିକି long distance, 100 of kilometer distance ରେ traveling କରିକି ଥକି ଯାଆନ୍ତି, ସେମାନେ ଆସିକି ଏଠି rest ନବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହାନ୍ତି. ତ ସେତେବେଳେ the nightingale bird welcome the weary bands with its sweet voice. So here the poet compared the solitary girl song with the nightingale bird song. Likewise, the solitary girl song is so sweet like the nightingale bird song. So here we find the fourth stanza. A voice of thrilling never was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird, breaking the silence of the sea among the farthest Hebrides. So let's understand the difficult word first. Thrilling means exciting, enjoyable, romanchakaro. Something exciting, something enjoyable. Then springtime, basanta rutura samaya, springtime. Breaking, bhanga kariba. Then silence, nirabata. farthest sudura Hebrides ek Deepapunjara namo. Farthest Hebrides means the most remote group of island that lies to the north of Scotland. Island means Deepa. So understand the stanza here. A voice of thrilling never was heard in springtime from the cuckoo bird. Here we find the cuckoo bird. Here is the cuckoo bird. Cuckoo bird हमें जानिते समझते. And here the poet in the fourth stanza, the poet compared the voice of the cuckoo bird with the solitary girl's voice, the Highland lass voice. The Highland lass voice is so thrilling, so exciting, so enjoyable, like the cuckoo bird here. Here the cuckoo bird voice is so exciting, so enjoyable, and the solitary girl's voice is also so exciting, even more than that. The solitary girl's voice is so exciting, so enjoyable, more than the cuckoo bird. So the poet compared here the solitary girl's voice with the cuckoo bird's voice in springtime from the cuckoo bird. So when does we find the cuckoo bird? In springtime. In springtime we find the cuckoo bird here and breaking the silence of the sea among the farthest Hebrides. So what do you mean by Hebrides? Here we find the picture. There is Hebrides. Hebrides means the place which is surrounded by water. The place is surrounded by water and everywhere we find silence here. In the Hebrides we find silence here everywhere and the place is totally surrounded by the water. And here the cuckoo bird who breaks the silence here, everywhere we find silence in the Hebrides and the Hebrides is surrounded by the water. It means a place, a jagata totally pani re cover तार एठी देखुथुबा हमें टोटल सराउंडेड चारिपटे पूरा पानी अछि मझिरे गोटे छोटो तळ भाग गोटे अछि आ चारिपटे जल भाग अछि आ एठी पूरा नीरवता सबबडे साइलेंस अछि वी फाइंड साइलेंस एवरीवेयर वी फाउंड साइलेंस एवरीवेयर एंड हियर इज द Hebrides and who breaks the silence here the cuckoo bird breaks the silence here. Likewise the solitary girl, the Highland girl's voice is so thrilling, so enjoyable, so exciting, and the solitary girl breaks the silence. Her voice, the solitary girl's voice breaks the silence of the Highland of Scotland. जो एरिया रे से झियोटी गीत गाउची से एरिया रे भी जो नीरवता अछि जो साइलेंस अछि सेठी भी से झियर वॉइस ता से एते सुंदर वॉइस से सेठी साइलेंस ता को से ब्रेक करूची भंग करूची. So likewise here the Hebrides we found the cuckoo bird break the silence in the Hebrides. एठी जेमती cuckoo bird silence टाको भांगुची ब्रेक करूची सेठी सेमती से झियर वॉइस सुंदर वॉइस ता टोटली हाईलैंड ऑफ स्कॉटलैंड टोटल एरिया रे से झियर वॉइस भी से साइलेंस टाको से भंग करूची. So breaking the silence of the sea, here the poet compares the solitary girl's thrilling voice, the solitary girl's exciting voice with the cuckoo bird's exciting voice and the thrilling voice. Even the solitary girl's voice is more thrilling, more exciting than the cuckoo bird according to the poet. Then among the farthest Hebrides. So here we find the summary of the stanza 1. In the first stanza, the poet implores his listener to stop and look at the girl who is reaping and singing by herself in the field. The poet asks the passerby to stop here or gently pass so as not to disturb the smooth flow of the song. And in stanza 2 we find that the poet says that the Highland girl cords and binds the grain in sieves. In sieves means what? In sieves means collecting grapes. She is also singing a sad song. She is very busy in her song as well as her work. The poet once again advises the passerby to listen to her song. He says that the whole deep valley is echoing with her sweet song. So we find that in the first stanza, in the first stanza we find that the solitary girl is single in the field. He was single in the field, and the girl is who is reaping and singing by herself in the field. And the poet asks the passerby to stop here or gently pass so as not to disturb the smooth flow of the song. The poet does not want to disturb the girl's song. The poet does not want to disturb the girl, and that's why the poet said to the passerby to stop here. Then in the second stanza we found that the poet says that the Highland girl cords and binds the grain in the sieve. She is also singing a sad song. Simultaneously, she is cutting and collecting some grapes with the help of a sickle, and then she is also singing a sad song, and she is busy with her work, and she is singing and she is collecting. At the same time, she is collecting and singing, and her beautiful voice is echoing the total valley. Her beautiful voice, her beautiful song is vibrating with the around the total valley. Then here is the third stanza. Here the poet compares the sweet voice of the girl to that of a nightingale. So here we found that the girl's voice, the poet compares the voice of the girl with the nightingale bird. The poet say no nightingale has so far sung as melodious a song as the girl song. And when some group of tired travelers reaches when some group of weary bands and some group of tired travelers and they reaches a sandy haunt, they reaches a sandy oasis in the Arabian desert, the nightingale bird welcome them and with its sweet song. Then let's see the stanza for summary. Here the poet compares the sweet voice of the girl with the cuckoo bird. Here the poet compares the sweet voice of the girl with the cuckoo bird. The melodious voice of the solitary reaper was so appealing. Even the cuckoo song in spring lacks the intensity of thrill. The girl's very sweet voice seemed to have broken the silence of the group of islands of the North Atlantic coast of Scotland. So here the poet again compares the voice of the cuckoo bird with the sweet voice, thrilling voice of the solitary girl, and here the poet addressed even the poet thought that the solitary girl's voice is so exciting, more exciting than the cuckoo bird. So here are the summaries, and then let's discuss the question answer. Who is single in the field? Friends, let's discuss the question answer here. Who is single in the field? Mic ta on karandu.
The solitary reaper.
Yes, very good. The Highland lass.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Sit down. The Highland lass and the solitary reaper girl is alone in the field, is single in the field. What is she doing? Answer the way. What is she doing?
She is doing reaping and singing. She is reaping and singing.
Yes, very good. Sit down. She is reaping.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very good. Sit down. She is reaping and singing by herself. She is reaping and singing by herself. Who does the poet say stop here or gently pass? The poet says stop here. Yes.
The poet said that the passerby stop here or gently pass.
Yes. Very good. The poet says stop and gently pass to the passerby. Yes. Sit down. To the passerby, to the travelers.
Utha konkalo. Said.
What is the tone of? Yes. What is the tone of the girl's song? Sad. Very good.
Sad song. Melody.
Melancholy strain or sad song. The tone of the girl song is sad. And then what is the valley overflowing with? What is the valley overflowing with? What is the valley overflowing with?
The valley is overflowing with the sound.
Yes.
Sound.
The valley is overflowing. The voice
with the melancholy strain. The voice is overflowing with the melancholy strain.
Okay. The valley is overflowing with the voice of the sound of
melancholy strain.
Yes. Sit down. The valley is overflowing with the girl song, with the girl's sad song. Sit down. Who sings the welcome notes and where? BS High School.
The nightingale sings the welcome notes and night.
And where? Yes, the nightingale sings the
Girl
welcome
and
note.
Sadie.
Yes, high school. Who sings the welcome notes and where? The nightingale sings the
Nightingale.
welcome notes among the Arabian sands.
Nightingale.
Where? Among the Arabian sands. For whom does the nightingale sing? Yes.
For the tired travelers.
Very good. For
The tired travelers.
Yes, very good.
Tired
For the
travelers.
Yes, very good. Whose voice is thrilling? Whose voice is thrilling?
Cuckoo bird. Cuckoo bird.
Very good.
Cuckoo bird.
Yes, very good. The cuckoo bird voice is, the cuckoo's voice is so thrilling. When does the cuckoo sing?
In the springtime. In springtime.
Yes. In
springtime.
Very good. In springtime, the cuckoo was sing in the springtime. Then the last one is whose song is sweeter according to the poet? Whose song is sweeter according to the poet?
The girl.
Yes.
The
According to
girl.
the poet, the solitary girl.
The solitary girl.
Yes. According to the very good, the solitary girl's voice, the Highland Lass song, the solitary girl's song is more sweeter. Thank you. Then next, find the rhyming words. Find the rhyming words here. What a school? Lass.
Pass.
Very good.
Pass.
Train.
Strain. Strain.
Okay. Sit down. Then chaunt.
Haunt.
Okay. Sit down.
Chaunt.
Very good. Stand.
Sense.
Stand.
Sense.
Yes. Stand. Very good. Then third. Police High School.
Bar.
Ralkala. Third. You sit down. Tikilipada School. Very good. Then match the word with their phrases. And we match here the column A and the column B. Valley, TPS High School. Here we match the word with their phrases. The A column we find words and in B column we find phrases. And here we match the word with their phrases. So TPS High School, valley, overflowing with the sound. Then next, the solitary reaper. Solitary reaper. Yes. TPS High School, चेष्टा करंतु कहबा पई. Solitary reaper.
Reaping and singing.
Yes, very good. Reaping and singing. Then nightingale. Nightingale.
Welcome notes.
Very good.
Welcome notes.
Yes, very good. Then cuckoo bird. Cuckoo. Yes, very good. Yes, very good. Sit down. Then we find some homework here and you note it down. Describe what picture on the valley and the framework worker comes to your mind as you read the poem. So you when wrote down in your paper, in your copy, your homework. So here is the...
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Most welcome. And here we discuss the stanza 1, stanza 2 and stanza 3 and stanza 4. So thank you students.